Are you ready for more sock shenanigans? Come on in. Stumbling into Socktober vlog number 3, where I have behind the scenes already started on sock number 5. Sock number 5, what the hell are you talking about, Jente? Well, a quick little recap for those of you who do not know what time it is yet. It is hashtag roll for Socktober time, a little collaboration that I'm doing with a couple of my creative content creator friends, where we let fate, total chaos, decide what socks to make. And somehow I have been very motivated, like to the borderline obsessive part, in making socks these past 2 weeks, which means that we have already these 4 chaos socks, and we're starting a 5th one, and it is October 15th today. I know, it sounds crazy, but it is actually true. We shall roll our trusty rusty D20 to see what the 3rd color on this sock will be. Color number 8. I wager that this is one of the only colors that up until now has been in all socks. I think only color 19 is a second one that can write it on its conto. But of course, now to find color number 8. Here we are. That is the last remnant of color number 8. So I'm not going to roll for how many rows. I'm just going to knit it with it until it's done. Those were the final 3 rounds of color 8. Goodbye color 8, you were a very good contestant and you have clearly taken your spot. You have made your mark on my chaos socks. By what color will you be followed? Color 2, yes, bright yellow. And color 2 will be for 18 rows. Yeah, we're going for bright yellow. That's clear. So this is my 5th sock. Yes, I am saying this with not a small amount of pride. It's funny because today is also the release date of my first Roll for Socktober vlog, in which I said, well, maybe we get 3 socks or 4 or maybe 5, and then 5 socks an entire month sounded like exuberant. It sounded like a hell of a lot of knitting, which it still is, but yep. Right now I am on the trajectory to knit socks for an octopus. I think it is not beyond the realm of the imaginable that we will end up with 8 socks. What am I going to do with 8 socks? Wear them, of course. Woolen socks are just, I wear them all day, every season. I just love the feeling and the comfort of woolen socks. And you know, they look so strange and odd and chaotic and sometimes maybe even ugly when you look at them as loose socks, but when I have them on my feet, it's perfect. I mean, I just love them in every combination. 1 and 4, 3 and 2. Perfect socks. Perfect chaotic goblin socks. Happy Thursday. This means that officially you all have seen the very first active chaos sock vlog, Rolls for Socktober vlog, and yeah, I'm happy. It's a happy Thursday, also because not only have you seen the first vlog and you were all really excited about the prospect of having more of these vlogs, but also some people have been joining in a little make along, and the first pairs of socks are also like popping up on Instagram today, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy because I didn't I wanted people join in. I hoped that people would join in and that I would see all those gorgeous, gorgeous chaos socks. But I didn't expect it. If that makes any sense, but now I'm seeing all these gorgeous socks and I'm thinking that a lot of you have better curated yarn scraps than I do. It's filling my heart with joy seeing all the chaos socks just emerging this October. And this one will also be a very chaotic one, that is for sure. All the yellow and the purple is really pretty, and then we get chaos stripes. Very excited for this color combination. I just know that this will be a good sock. No matter what comes next, this is going to be a good sock just because of the very bright and colorful, happy yellow. It's going to be such a good sock. We just did 19, that's a reroll. Well, whoopsie, we just did 19, that's a reroll. Okay, 14. It's this rainbow baby. Let's hope we can get enough rows in so that at least there is a little bit of color change. Hey, then we get to use our new color 15, which is an interesting yarn. I didn't say that in previous video, but this is one that I dyed myself. I have a bigger sample if you want to see. It's a very pale pistachio, and that was dyed with literally a very obnoxious weed on my terrace. It was dyed with, I think it's called wood sorrel. Anyway, it's a kind of sorrel. It's on the screen over here if I am mistaken. If not, there will be nothing on the screen. One of my very first dyeing experiments. And I still have this. I made an entire top blouse out of it. This is leftover. And I think it's just going to look so great in this sock. I'm not going to play favorites already because we're not on yet, but this is starting to look like my favorite sock of the bunch. It's just so cool. So I have officially run out of both color 8 and color 5. So let's replace the samples. I think for color 8 I'm going to keep it with the warm tones and use the pink. And then this blue as substitute for our original color 5. I'm not even going to try and break with my hands. Because this is like a, I don't know, like a chainette yarn or something. It's not regular plies, or maybe it's cable plied. That could also be a possibility, but it looks really sturdy. More and more I'm replacing handspun yarns with more commercial sock yarns, and I don't know, it's kind of sad. But the thing is, I do have quite a bit of handspun scraps left. It's just that I don't trust them. They're all 2-ply and with not enough twist that I think they could be feasible sock yarns. Like, I think they would disintegrate if I walk on them like twice. So I don't trust my scrap handspun to be sock yarn right now. So it's going to be these. And I think my dice is excited for these new additions because immediately it rolls an 8. So let's go with a baby skein of baby pink. I had been getting up earlier for this Roll for Socktober series because the lighting in the morning is just better than in the evening. But right now we're in this limbo space where it's now 8 o'clock and it's only now getting a little bit lighter. It'll be from now on a lot of
electrical lighting shots because there just isn't enough sunlight when I am at home. Yeah, and it isn't even daylight savings yet.
First color of this silent Friday morning. Color 1. This colorful rainbow sock yarn, by the way, if you wanted to know, if you're interested, is actually yarn that Dries picked for himself. We were in Valencia. I think the shop was called Lanas di Reggio y Merveillas, but I can be mistaken. And there were so much lovely skeins of sock yarn, and I just said to him, pick one out for yourself. And this man of 2 meters, this literal giant, just picked out the most colorful rainbow sock yarn you can imagine. And then I did knit him a pair of socks with it on our honeymoon in Greece, of which I do have a video. I'm actually quite glad that I have such a big scrap of that sock yarn, because now I can wear socks with the same yarn as my husband. Yay! And I'm always baffled with how much yarn I actually have left over of one skein of sock yarn. Like, my husband has European shoe size 47, and this is not the only scrap that I have left over. 100 grams for one pair of socks is just a blatant lie. I feel like this sock is turning out to be a little bit the odd one out. It's not as moody. And that's probably because there isn't as much handspun in it. It's all, except for this bit over here, and this little bit of purple, and then this one row of yellow. It's all the commercial sock yarns, and I think, especially if you look over here, it's the handspun that gives it the moody quality. It might be my favorite sock, but it's also the odd one out. It's the one that doesn't seem to fit with the rest of it. Now, of course, this is only sock 5. There might be another one that will look similar, not as moody, and then we're all fine. Maybe this is a better view to show you what I mean. Like, it's just not as moody. While we wait for our cake to be done and the kitchen is filling itself with all these delightful baked goods flavors and smells, especially smells, I feel like this is the right time and atmosphere to finish sock number 5. Finish? Why, yes indeed, we are. Just a couple of rows from finishing the toe. This sock is like almost matching my outfit. We are assortis. Since our cake is still in the process of being baked, but yet our sock is finished, let's roll for sock number 6. It's the 19th of October and we're already rolling for sock 6. I have gone beyond what was my own wildest estimate. After not being rolled for 3 to 4 socks, color 14 is having a moment. It's in this sock twice, and now we can start with it. It's time for color 14 to shine for 3 whole rows. And with 3 whole rows, I do mean excluding cast on. I don't count the cast on as a row. I have been doing it like that for all my socks, so this is no exception. Maybe some people will say that's 4 rows, but I'm not listening to you. It seems that the more socks I make, the more I'm liking them, like both collectively and individually. I knew my idea when I was first planning it was borderline genius, but I didn't imagine it to be actually genius. Like, just look at these socks. How cool are they? Sock 5 is so wildly different from the rest, but then if you put sock 6 next to it, it just ties it in all together. Sock 6 also, once again, looks nothing like any of the previous socks, and that while it only has yarns in it that were in the original 20, so just really cool to see how many random variations you can get with just 20 colors, just rolling the dice. So the dice has decided that we should use color 10 for the gusset, like for 20 rows, so the entire gusset will be this. However, I don't think it is the most optimal choice, dice gods. Like, think better. Like, this is a very dense handspun, which makes whatever I knit with it broader than the rest, and maybe that is making my foot look weird. We'll see what happens at the end of these 20 rows, but yeah. It's once again a very old handspun sock yarn. I think it is, however, featured on this channel, so it cannot be older than 3 years, but still. It's quite dense. It's quite dense. We'll see what happens. So this morning I brought my car to the shop to get it fixed, because as I told you in a previous vlog, its headlights stopped working, and well, it also was time for some servicing. And well, I waited the entire day for the call that my car was fixed and I could come and get it. But then I called myself and was like, dudes, what's up with my car? What's up with my car? And they like forgot to call me to tell me that I couldn't pick it up again today, that they still needed some parts. Maybe you could have called me. Anyway, so while I was there, well, there being at my mom's, the entire day just waiting for my car to be fixed, even though it is not fixed, I kept on knitting, of course. And does it surprise you that I only have the grafting of the toe left to do on this sock? It's Monday. It's Monday. This vlog isn't finished. It's only Monday. I don't know if we now should be thankful to the people in the car shop for not fixing my car in time and not letting me know. Because now I have a 6th sock. I feel like around this point the dice decided that it could only choose between 5 colors. And that it did, until color 20 ran out. I don't know if I still have enough replacement yarn or any replacement yarn. I don't know, but we ran out of color 20. But maybe instead of replacement yarn, I could from here on out say that rolling a 20 is like a reward and I get to pick a yarn. Like 20 is a way out of the rules. Yeah, I think that could work. Like if I roll a 20, which doesn't happen all that much, but it happened twice in this sock, I get to pick a color. It's my reward. So it's now Monday evening and I have 5 empty sock needles. we can't have that, can we? Sock number 7. We're starting it. It's Monday, the 20th of October. I feel like I don't need to do this again next year because I will have enough socks for the coming decennium. Oh, and if I make weird faces, that's not because I don't like it. I'm just making fun of myself. And sock number 7 shall begin with 5. One of the new ones. So the dice actually says that I should knit 17 rows of color 17. I don't think that's going to happen. And then color 17 will be done. I think from here on now I will just start to phase out colors. Like next time we roll 17, it's just a re-roll. I mean, we're nearing the end of October anyway, so it's not really that big of a problem, I guess. It is now Wednesday, final day of this vlog. In a couple of minutes I shall be signing off and I will see you next week for some more socks, but not before I have shown you where we're at with sock number 7, which is over here. Yes, I have once again rolled number 16. 16 really is an elusive color. This black hasn't shown up much, I think only once in the other socks. And not that I'm really sad about that, because I am not a black person. I do not have a lot of black clothing in my wardrobe, even though I am very much a metalhead, an aficionado of the better metal music, but just not an aficionado of black clothing. So I'm not mad about not having all that much black in my socks. But this is where we are at with sock 7, and the rest of it shall be for next week. 8 socks is still very much in the running. Anyway, if you like these kind of Irish shenanigans, then maybe you could like, comment or subscribe, but of course that is all up to you. And don't forget, this entire Roll for Socktober thing is a collaboration, so you can find the playlist over here, and I will see you in a next video. Bye!